So it's been 6 months. 6 months since I did a mystery plant unboxing, and they are looking really good. I'm excited to share them with you guys. There are actually 2 sets of plants I'm going to be sharing with you. I'll explain more as we go along, but in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will link in the description below the parts 1 and 2. So I guess this is part 3 technically of the mystery plant box series, I guess we can call it. Several months ago, 6, like I said earlier, I ordered a mystery plant box from Etsy, and they were tiny, tiny little babies, most of them unrooted, most of them 1 nodes, most of them like literally tiny, okay? So some of them, they're gonna still look small, but think about where we came from, okay? That's what it's all about, the journey. So I'm just gonna go in the order of how I unboxed them. And I also wanna say thank you to the person who requested this video, because I completely forgot about doing an update. Like I always say, thank you so much for requesting videos, because sometimes things just don't come to mind to me. Anywho, let's get started. The first one that I was really excited about, which I wasn't for a while after growing it, but now I'm starting to get more excited about it, and that is the variegated micans. Yes, it is still a tiny baby, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen where we came from to where we are now. It's finally putting out sizable leaves. So this one is the one that I'm really excited about because it's a sizable leaf. And as I looked into these more, I wanna say that this in particular is like the halo micans, I believe, because if you can see, it has that white line around the margin, whereas a lot of the variegated micans have variation throughout the leaf that kind of comes and goes. I want to say I would think that I would have preferred the regular variegated micans because I didn't know anything about this, but seeing this now, I feel like this is gonna always produce variegation because every single leaf has this white margin. So I feel like this is gonna be more stable. It's gonna be more consistent, and I really like it. It's starting to put out actual leaves and try to like vine a little bit. So it's growing in pond for the longest time, as you guys saw in the, if you saw in the first part or second part, I guess that was, everything was in perlite for the longest. I would say only recently, like 1.5 months ago, these were all potted up into, I think most of them, well, some of them are still in perlite, but most of them are potted up. But this is the first one, the variegated micans, which I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna go ahead and call it the halo micans. Looking good. I really, really like this one. So I'm really excited to see what this one becomes. The next one, let me see, because I think I had it backwards. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I did have it backwards. That's this one. Okay, the next one, this one's, this one's disappointing. I was gonna say slightly disappointing, but I'm actually highly disappointed in this one. And I probably just need to give it a little more attention. But this is supposed to be a epipremnum marble. And where's the marble? And I don't know what's going on because the node, the stem has plenty of variegation, plenty. So I need to cut it back, but what I'm worried about is where to cut it back, because if I cut it too far back and there's no more, like there's only 1 node on here. And if the other node is spent, you know, like it won't produce anything else. So that's what I'm just worried about. But obviously this whole portion is green, so it's gonna have to be like, I have no choice. Like if I wanna see any chance of variegation, then I have to cut it back. Otherwise it's just gonna continue on this green on green on green on green on green. And I feel like for epipremnum, well, it's probably my fault because I didn't pot it up and I can tell that it's busting out of this. I was gonna say it should have grown a lot more leaves by now, but it has obviously, and they've dropped off on the bottom here. If you can see, the node had several leaves here prior that dropped off, but it's super root bound in there. It's still in perlite because I think at the time when I did pot these up, I didn't have enough small pots. And then when I did, I'm just not excited by it. It obviously has no marble to it. So it could be a reverted node, which would make sense. But even so, the stem has plenty of variegation in it. So this one's this one's not that great. So not all of these updates are gonna be great. Some are great, some are good, some are bad, some are ugly. I'm just show you them all. The next one is interesting. The small form Gloriosum, small form. I use the quotations because I have not found any information about this online. And I think one of you also commented on that video, like, what is this? Like, I've never heard of that before and I can't find anything about it. Me neither. Me neither. It's just what was on the container. This isn't the right cup for, like, this cup has a different name on it. So in case you see something else, that's not this. This is put into a different cup. She sent this to me as a small form Gloriosum. This is what it's looking like right now. Again, I know it doesn't look like much, but if you saw what it was before, it was literally the size of a rice grain. Like, it was so small. It was so tiny. I'm really surprised that it even continued to grow and didn't rot away. And it's doing better. Like, it's doing a lot better. I cannot stress enough, you have to look at part 2 in order to have any respect for what these plants is looking like right now. But here is the small form Gloriosum, starting to give us some color. Interesting shimmer color too. The veining is nice and shimmery, so I actually am excited to see this grow out to be a Gloriosum. I mean, it might take another year or two for us to get there, but it's still alive. That's one thing that's shocking me about a lot of these plants, I'm not gonna lie, is that they're still alive. The next one, which has put out a lot of leaves, still small leaves, but a lot of leaves nonetheless, and I actually like it a lot more than I expected to. That is the Philodendron Poense, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I was not checking for this plant at all. Even when I unboxed it, didn't care about it at all. But the color, I like, because I like the silver sword. So this is giving me that bluish silverish vibe, and so I really like this. And it puts out leaves consistently, as you can see, sizing up consistently. It is still in the same cup and substrate it came in. It needs to be in something else because it dries out like crazy. It's like some sort of soil down here with moss. Again, because I wasn't really interested in the plant, I did not pot it up. It was one of those, like, you're gonna get potted up when I have something. But clearly the aerial roots are popping off, leaves growing left and right, new leaf here, and they're really cool looking. And so, see, it was sizing up until this leaf, so that's how I know I really need to take care of this and need to pot it up. But that's the Adobe Poense looking really nice. It's a really pretty color. I wonder if I will like this better than my Billy, because I feel like these are comparable, but my Philodendron Biliate, trash. It's so trash. And I love the plant itself. So I feel like this is gonna give me good growth like I deserved. It's just a different plant, but this shimmer is really nice on this. Get a close up on that. Get a close up on that blue, grayish shimmer. It's like a slate blue. It's really nice. I really, really like it. The next one is a possibly, we're unsure of the ID, but we're saying that it is a reverted variegated Adansonii. Plenty of leaves. It had plenty of leaves before, as you can see. Clearly, again, I'm not as interested in this plant, so that's why it is still in the perlite that it was in when I potted it up. For the longest, I didn't know what it was. It is a pretty Adansonii nonetheless. The stem does not have any variegation in it at all, so I don't think I can expect to ever get any. I do think I'll still continue to grow the plant because I just like the Adansonii period, and I don't mind growing one. So I'm gonna do something with this for sure. Add it to the wall or something. But yeah, that's how that one's doing. Not much to say about that one. The next one I actually don't have anymore, and I cannot confirm or deny if I killed it or what. Either way, it was a Philodendron Splendid cutting, and yeah, I don't know where it's at. Well, I don't know what happened to it, I should say. I know it's definitely not here, but I don't know what happened to it. Don't have it anymore. The next one is the Philodendron Burley Marks. Now, I have a Philodendron Burley Marks. Is it the Philodendron Burley Marks from this video? Probably not. So I say that in that way because this one that I potted up in a previous video with you guys, I think maybe in my repotting chat. I had 2 other plants in here, which I believe was the part that I had chopped back that had all of those yellow leaves, and because I was trying to get the variegation back. And then I had another plant, which I believe was the one from the unboxing, which had a really nice variegated leaf on it. The second leaf that it had though was not variegated at all. The next leaves that it did put out were also not variegated at all. Needless to say, potted them all together in here. I didn't pay attention to the depth of the pot and the ratio of water to leca and how this is dried out, but this is not, and the roots is dried up and died. So we killed that. We did kill that, but yeah, more dead parts. But it wasn't giving us any variegation anyway, so I wasn't too upset about it because I already have a not variegated but variegated philodendron, or I should just say a reverted birthmarks philodendron. Obviously, I'm salty about it. So, because every time I try to get a variegated Briley Marks, it just never works out. So, let's just move on. The next one is the Philodendron Florida Ghost, and we do still have it, and the roots are popping actually. Okay, I just saw this for the first time. The roots look really, really good on this. So, I think, this might have been the original leaf, or there might have been one more. I'm not sure. This could be the original leaf. I'm not sure. But it was recently potted up into this cute little thing. I don't know. The roots is doing pretty good. Maybe in another month or so, I'll up pot it again just so it can really spread its wings. I really like the Florida Ghost. It's one of those plants that I like, but I didn't really feel like really going out to actively seek the plant. But if it came upon me, of course I would love to have it. And so here we are, loving having it. Yeah, still a pretty small guy. I am trying out some new fertilizer, so I'm hoping to see, obviously I'm hoping that I'll see a difference, whether it's good or bad. And then because there are other things I want to try as well with like fertilizer and soil components, or medium components I should say, but I don't want to try a bunch of things all at once. So I'm thinking about that now with this plant, because you can see the original leaf it came with had more of the shape, and now we're kind of like going back to a very juvenile size of the leaf and shape. Not sure what that's about, but either way we're trying some things, but still have the Florida Ghost. The next one is, oh, this one is my favorite. Whew, my absolute favorite, which I really, at one point, thought that I was gonna lose this plant. And that is the Aglaonema Tricolor. I'm pretty sure in the unboxing I called it a Dieffenbachia reflector because they're kind of similar, they give you the same vibes, but definitely Aglaonema Tricolor. I cannot get over this leaf. I just think it's the most beautiful, artistic, even the kind of waviness of the leaf. Like, I cannot wait until this thing I was pressed for this leaf. So when I got this one, I said, what? I love this plant. It has put out several leaves. It usually only holds on to 2 at a time, but this is where we are now. The roots are looking pretty good on this side here in the leca. I don't put the water up too high just because Aglaonemas, this is the only Aglaonema I've ever had. In my mind, they're similar to Dieffenbachias. Not sure how true that is. Either way, my Dieffenbachia likes to, it's kind of like a borderline between evenly or consistently moist and drying out a little bit. Like, it doesn't like to go super dry, but it doesn't, I don't know. The point is I'm unsure, and that's why I keep the water level a little low on this one. But that is this one. This is definitely my favorite. The Aglaonema Tricolor doing very, very well. Next that I unboxed in that video was a no ID pink Syngonium, and as Syngonium Stew, it is going off, growing like a beast. It looks really, really good. It's very happy. It gives a nice pink. It starts off super pink like this. Kind of reminds me of like the Robusta or something like that. I forget what it's called. Let me see if I can show you without tipping it. It starts off super, super pink, and then it fades to just like a pink center. Really pretty. Yeah, that's actually really, really pretty. I like it. roots busting out of here. This definitely needs to be up potted. Oh, it has a splash too. I didn't even notice that. Look at this. It has the pink, but then it also has like a little green splashing on it. I really, really like that. So this is doing very well. It definitely deserves to get out of this cup. I need to do something about that. The last thing I got in that unboxing was, this is probably my second favorite. Yeah, this is definitely my second favorite. This is a Anthurium papillimatum. Yeah. Look at the newest leaf it gave me. Look at this wide dramatic sinus. Like, oh my goodness. Before it was just, you know, giving Anthurium baby leaves and we're like, cute, cute, cute. Bam! Then we got this bad boy with these nice, like, and pappies, I feel like they can look like anything. Like, I've seen so many pappies that look so different. So I'm really interested to see what it's gonna look like. So far, I'm really excited because I like the ones that have this long veining that goes down with this kind of wide, droopy, like, whew, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see this one. So this one in the Aglaonema, it definitely made this box worth it for sure, and the micans too. Like, this box was just phenomenal, and I think I was like ranting and raving as I was, hold on, oh, I thought I was like scratching y'all's ears, but I was going on and on and on when I did this unboxing initially because it was really exciting. It was an awesome unboxing. I talked about in that video getting a second box because she had a sale. I didn't get it at that time, but she ended up doing the sale again, and I did get a second one. And the crazy thing is, I recorded a shorts of me doing the unboxing of that. Where that footage is, I don't know. I thought that I uploaded it, looked through my page, didn't see it, and then I said, oh, maybe I just never uploaded it. Let me look in the footage in my phone. Gone. So I must have deleted it thinking that I uploaded it. Never did. But either way, I will just show you the plants that I got from that one as well. I do feel that I'm missing one. I just can't tell you which one it is. So for the person that was asking about the second box, I did order a second one, as I mentioned, but I did not get as many plants as I did in the first order. I truly believe that she put that many plants in the first order because she remembered what happened the time that I tried to order from her the very first time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go back and watch parts 1 and 2. It was pretty interesting. I think it was pretty interesting. I like watching people shop for plants. I did, the first one was a shop with me. The second one was the unboxing. Then you will know what the heck I'm talking about. So in that unboxing, these I did get, I want to say 1 or 2 months later. So these are much smaller, not as much growth, not as exciting at all, but I'll just show you what I have. This one I'm really excited for. It looks rough, but this is a cool plant. This is the Colocasia Illustrious. So this is the leaf that gives you some idea of what it looks like. A super dark leaf with like this lightning veining. This is just the older leaf here. It has put out several leaves immediately after getting it. They just, you know, it only holds on to 2 leaves at one time, and it really needs to be in pond so that it can stay a little moist a little longer, because this chunky perlite is doing it, but it's not doing it, you know. So yes, the Illustrious, I'll put it on the screen so you can get a true idea of what it really looks like, but it's a super dark, gorgeous Colocasia. Really like that one. Then she actually ended up sending me another Philodendron Tricolor. At first I was kind of like, but then again I was like, now I'll have 2. I can put them together. It's going to look full and luscious. This one, I will say though, and it could be my fault, is looking rough. It's not doing as well, or maybe I just don't remember this rough stage that my first one went through, but the roots are looking good. The roots are doing very good. So I'm just going to continue it in chunky perlite until it gets to be about the size as my other one. Then I'll pop them together. Older leaf here. This is kind of what I do think that this is what the first one I had looked like too. One leaf half decent, other leaf always on the way out. Consistent. But look, it already has another leaf coming in, so I'm not worried. Next one that I got from her was a Syngonium I want to say batik. It looks terrible because I'm not really interested in it, but this is what it is. Syngonium batik. And the next one, which I love this little thing. It's just the cutest little thing ever. It is a Anthurium Claranervium. Look how cute. You've never seen a cuter little heart-shaped leaf. Like, it is literally so perfect. I love this little Claranervium. It's just, and it has a little lopsided heart on this side. It's really cute. So this was interesting for me because this was a tiny chunk. So I've never grown an Anthurium from chunk. I've grown from seed, never from chunk. So I was not confident at all. I did think, ooh, let me be careful before I, kill this thing. But I just put it into chunky perlite. No, I think at first I put it in a perlite prop box. Yes, at first I put it in a perlite prop box, and when it grew out of the prop box, I put it into this little cup. So here we are, here she is. And that's pretty much it, guys. That, like I said, I think there's one plant from there that I'm missing that I think died in the prop box, but I don't remember what it was. Like, I have no idea. I can't find the footage on what it was. She does not send a list of what things are. She just writes on the cup what the plant is, and I don't have the cup anymore, I don't think. So sorry, I don't know what that missing plant was. Honestly, I feel like it was another Splendid. I have a strong feeling it was another Splendid. I'm not sure, but either way, that is all of the updates for the mystery plant box. I think I'm going to do a huge kind of like yearly update on different things, because again, someone requested a update on something else, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna do a big update. Because I've done little projects here and there throughout the year, or I've bought different things here and there throughout the year. So I think it'll be nice to kind of look back at the year and give you an update on kind of like those things that I experimented on or tried for the first time. So look out for that. Also, these next few videos, I might be looking the same because I'm going on a trip. I'm going to France. I will be taking you guys with me plant shopping in France. I'm so excited. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to bring plants back. I looked through the process, and it's not that it's not possible. It's obviously possible. I just don't know if I'm willing to go through the process. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.